In the last video, I introduced you to the fetch function. I mentioned that it's supported by modern browsers. Did you stop and think, well, what happens to older browsers? Yes, I'm looking at you at Internet Explorer 11. For those, Nuxt uses polyfills. Polyfills are utilities that supply missing browser functionality. They're kind of like the Babel transforms we talked about earlier, only this time, there's nothing to transform the code into for older browsers. The functionality doesn't even exist, so something new has to be injected. Nuxt uses a library called unfetch to polyfill the fetch in the browser. It has many of the common features as the native browser fetch. Come to think of it, Node doesn't even support fetch. How is the server not exploding right now? For Node, Nuxt uses Node fetch, so your fetch code works seamlessly on both the client and the browser. It's pretty slick. Fetch uses promises. Guess what? IE11 doesn't support promises either. I know, shocker. So those are polyfilled too. If you need something that isn't polyfilled out of the box, you can always use a service like polyfill.io. It lets you pick and choose the JavaScript and browser features you need covered and generates a unique URL for you. Then, all you have to do is create a script tag using the URL they give you, and you're set. I know talking about polyfills and compatibility isn't very sexy, but they need to be taken seriously. Check with your analytics provider to see what browsers your visitors are using to make sure that you're serving the best experience for their capabilities. You could be leaving money on the table. Where I work, we have to support Internet Explorer 11. Why? Because customers using it generate over $2 million in revenue a year. Is it painful? Hell yeah. But it's worth the extra pain in polyfills.